because they've already seen each other one time, and so they are learning. They know how they got played the first time, and they're not going to get beat the same way twice.
Yeah, teams figure each other out, and this is one of the toughest scouting conferences out there. Coaches know that they have to make changes. Working it inside, the double team it high off the glass. Overbeck with the bucket.
You got to love that. She's not as tall as a lot of post players, but she just did a great job of keeping the ball away and using that left. Really nice shot from Brianna Edwards.
So just Overbeck at 6'1". There's Huff, and a great start for the Utes, the 3-ball.
You got to watch that. You got to get a hand up. Do not let her get hot early, because she will just continue to knock them down.
Big key coming into this one for USC was definitely their defense. They focused so much on it. Great movement by Overbeck and a good look inside. She cannot get it. It's kicked back out, though. Second chance. Moore on the drive, guarded by Gilton. Little contact, no good. Edwards comes down with it.
Nice grab by Edwards. It looked like Mignon might have slipped coming into the paint on that shot. Made it come up a little bit short.
She is so quick and gets going so fast. And there's a miscue high to low as Moore did not finish that backdoor cut.
Just some miscommunication, but you get to see Huff doing a nice pick and pop. That's something that when you have a post player that can shoot, that's really, really dangerous play for the defense, because that post player is wide open and Megan Huff can knock it down.
She can. The versatility, you mentioned that earlier too. I think she's one of the toughest matchups in the conference because she can play like a guard, but she's big and can post jump.
She really is. You have to make a decision. Do you put a bigger post player on her that might not be as mobile enough to be able to keep her in front of them, or do you put someone smaller and then she just takes them in the paint and goes up and has the size advantage?
Mariah Moore sticks the jumper, the senior, the transfer. Sat out last year, the sister of Mignon, as Beans on the drive. She gets fouled. Take a look at Mariah Moore. What a great addition, the transfer out of Louisville.
She is, and she's so alike her sister in some ways and so different. She's a little bit bigger. She plays bigger. She plays a little bit more like a post player, and you can kind of see that. She uses her size on that shot, just rises up and knocks down a nice little jumper from the elbow.
First free throw good for Erica Bean, one of 3 seniors for Utah. Yep, back to Moore. She's a player that has been averaging 12 points per game, but struggled the last couple games. They're got to be happy to see her hit that first shot, as the free throw no good for Bean, and the rebound down to USC.
And USC is kind of like that. They're streaky shooters. They've got people that can shoot, but they also have a tendency to go through a little bit of some lulls.
Tough, aggressive drive by Moore. She has come to play. Mariah Moore, back-to-back hoops.
Well, you've got to think that they're coming in here with Utah having a target on their back. Utah isn't flying under the radar anymore. They knocked down Stanford. They haven't lost. They've only lost 2 in the Pac-12. They're having a great season. USC's coming to play.
They kick it out again. Huff, she's connecting out behind the arc.
And we'll see what adjustments USC makes defensively. They can't continue to just let her roll off of those picks and just be wide open from the top of the key.
Mark Track said, you know, they're going to run. The transition D is important, as there's a great high-to-low take by Jatavia Tapley.
That was a nice job just putting some pressure on Megan Huff defensively. She had to make a decision. Are you going to try to block my shot and potentially pick up a foul, or are you going to let me make the layup?
And that's what you have to do with Utah as well. How do you defend them? They drive, they like to run, but they can hit the 3 as well. And so it's pick your poison sometimes.
They are. They're just so well-rounded. Like you said, they can drive, they can shoot, but they're also phenomenal passers, too. And they've got people that can step up. Erica Bean, she may not be leading the team in scoring, but she can get to the rack, and she can put points on the board.
Another aggressive drive. Jatavia Tapley, that time off the mark. Utes out running. Positive for both of these teams is they have multiple scoring options. That you can't just hone in on one player. As Gilton on the drive, she gets fouled, and she'll get free throws.
Well, at this point, that's what it takes to be successful in the Pac-12. You can't just have 1 or 2 players, or you will not win games in this league. This league is too good. It's too well-rounded. The talent is too deep. You've got to have a great team effort every game, day in and day out, or else you're not going to put together enough wins to be one of those elite teams in this league.
Drew Gilton, the redshirt freshman out of Rapid City, South Dakota. First free throw good. After losing Denisha Provo, the senior starter, players like Torres, who just checked in, players like Edwards, Gilton at the line, and then Kiana Moore, who's gotten the starting spot, they elevated their game. If that doesn't happen, Megan Huff maybe wouldn't be doing what she's doing. However, you got to give her a lot of credit. You lose a player like Denisha Provo that's averaging double figures, and she's still against the top-ranked teams getting double-doubles.
Yeah, and not just the person that's averaging double figures. It's not just the production. It's just the growth and the maturity that she brings to this squad. It's nice to see others step up.
Huff trailing at the free throw line all by herself, but then fakes one way, gives it back to Gilton. Very unselfish is this Utah team.
Very unselfish. That's the only word that comes to mind. You just see it like, oh, do you want it? You want it? No, you take it this time.
It worked out for him that time, as on the drive, it's Mazik, and Mazik saying, give me a little bit more space.
Nice job, Drew Gilton, sacrificing your body, but you see this steal and a bucket going down the other way. Everybody is so unselfish. Kick it back to Huff. Nope, you take it. Back to Gilton. Able to knock it down. You got to love the teamwork on that play.
Yeah, it was good effort on the defense, trying to split the difference, but a 3-on-1, and the Utes take advantage, and they're up by 3. This crowd getting into it. It's the pink game. We're celebrating girls and women in sports, nationally recognizing that through this time period, and there's a turnover, and that's one area that Lynn Roberts told us, said, we can't foul, but we also can't turn it over. Got to be careful against USC. They force a lot of turnovers on teams.
They do, and that's the second kind of unforced turnover that they've had tonight, just off of just a miscommunication, kind of an errant pass. So they'll need to make sure to not make that a habit.
Mazik on the curl and holding her left hand. I don't know if she jammed a finger or the wrist, but she's coming back gingerly. Good defense by Overbeck on Huff, and Mazik is in pain, and that is a tough thing to see for USC. She is such a key part to the Trojans, both offense and defense, and she will go take a seat as they'll look at her hand or wrist. Alexis Aaron's in, number 0, the redshirt freshman. And a whistle and a foul called against the Utes.
Well, she's such a dangerous shooter. She does some great things defensively, but she also is such a good shooter. It just looked like she hit maybe the outside of her.
Yeah. Kind of grabbed that left hand wrist area, because she was shooting with her right hand. She's a right-handed shooter. And a foul called against the Utes. It puts Mariah Moore to the free throw line. The senior out of Hercules, California. Transferred from Louisville, sat out last year. The opportunity to play with her sister Mignon, who's a junior for the Trojans, but two-time All-ACC member, second-teamer, WBCA All-American, honorable mention member as well. It's quite the career she had going at Louisville.
She did, and she just brings that steady Betty kind of to USC. Just grabbing rebounds, playing just good, solid defense, and just contributes a nice 6 or 7 points a game.
Sarah Porter's checked in for the Utes, 24 in pink. Good second effort by her. The miss from Torres, but the rebound to Porter, the grad student out of San Diego. Porter left corner, off the rim, no good. It's into the hands of Aaron. USC was trying to push the tempo. The Utes able to get back, and now it's Mignon Moore to set things up.
They're still doing a really nice job defensively, trying to keep Utah out of the paint. Need to make sure not to give up too many open threes, because Utah is very dangerous.
Good aggressive drive by Alexis Aaron, but it's blocked by Megan Huff. And it's a timeout on the court with the Utes. Just the jumble and the fight for those top seeds, and it's going to be very interesting.
It's really anyone's tournament. You've got, yes, Oregon, Oregon State, the top people in the conference, but all 1 through 12 are teams that can have an upset on any given night. It's going to be exciting to watch.
You truly don't look past anyone. As out of the timeout, a good curl and a finish by Mignon Moore. And she ties things up here in the first quarter. It's going to be interesting to see how this second half finishes up. Some tough and important matchups this weekend to kind of kickstart the second half.
Well, when you're running through the remaining schedule that each team has, it's like, oh, wow, that's a tough schedule. Then you look at the other one, oh, wow, that's a tough schedule. You look, oh, wow, everybody has a tough schedule to finish out the year.
I guess nobody has an easy schedule, I guess is the way it's the way it looks. Oh, Edwards' shot rolls in and out. A break for USC. A good sign for USC as Mazik is back in. There's Aaron way behind the three-point arc and a rebound down to Edwards. Glad to see Aaliyah Mazik back on the court. Bean, aggressive drive and finish. Nobody for USC was expecting that.
She does such a nice job of just waiting, and then when no one's paying attention, she will score on you. She'll either get to the free throw line, she'll get a layup, so you have to pay attention. You cannot lose track of Erica Bean.
Quick shot. I wasn't expecting that either. Mariah Moore connecting. She has come to play. Moore's numbers 0 for 4 against Washington. 2 points against Washington State last weekend, but doing other things. How about 7 assists, no turnovers against Washington, even though she didn't score? There's a high-low look. Edwards to Torres, freshman to freshman.
You gotta love that freshman to freshman, and big girl passing it down low to her wing player. You gotta love just the vision that these Utah youths have, and at such young ages, just freshmen.
They're getting the opportunities, and they're definitely stepping up and taking advantage. I'll crossover dribble, giving her some space, but just short for Moore.
I think I'm going to label them Froshmores.
I think you're right. I like that. You need to patent that. Gilton out running. Layup is good. Utah back up by 3. This is the pace we kind of expected for these two teams. They can run. They can push.
And they can pass. I think that's one of the big things is you kick it up. A lot of times that'll lead to turnovers. Utah hasn't done that so far in this game.
Mentioned passing. How about passing from the high post?
Yeah, and that's just a little bit of defense, hands down. Edwards is able to just pick the defense apart, finds her teammate, roll into the basket. Nice, pretty look, probably exactly how Coach drew it up.
Dreana Edwards, a freshman out of Las Vegas. What an impact she's made. Skip out. There's Nia Becker, another freshman for Utah. Edwards, no-look hook.
I was wondering if that was going to go in. It went in before she even looked back up at it.
Spinning around and gets it. Zeke, it's what she does so well. Nothing but net. I think the wrist is feeling okay.
I was just thinking that. Doesn't seem to be bothering her. But that's good because her not being able to shoot or having something maybe questionable about her shot changes the way defenses play USC. And so if they're able to sag off, it makes them just play a completely different game.
30% three-point shooting team is USC as they work it inside this time. And there's a good finish from Asia Jones, the redshirt sophomore who's checked in.
Does a nice job just sealing the post player off with her body and finishing with that offhand.
This last season out with an injury, had the red shirt. I love the production she's making this year. Edwards tries the up and under, can't get it. Moore gonna push. Aaron keeps running, gets the lay-in. USC kicking it up, and they have the lead.
Nice poise by Shalexis Aaron. That play took a minute to develop, and she just kept dribbling, kept the ball alive, and was able to get a layup out of it.
USC has quieted this crowd a bit. Under a minute left here in the first quarter. Huff guarded by Mariah Moore. Skip to Porter, she can hit it. Too much on it. And an opportunity for USC to extend the lead.
USC adjusting how they're playing Megan Huff. They're not helping off. They're switching. They're making sure she's not open on any of those screen and rolls.
Alexis Aaron coming off the Pac-12 Freshman of the Week honors. Incredible numbers last week. Mazik so strong, can't get it. Offensive rebound down to Jones, and they'll stay here. They'll call the foul against Utah.
Nice job staying with that play. Asia Jones, again, does a nice job blocking out the Utah player with her body, able to come up with that and able to actually draw a foul on the play.
Richard sophomore from Sacramento, California. Mark Track excited about this group. He's got 6 freshmen coming in. He only loses 2 starters off of this team. So A lot to look forward to. He's only in his second season back at USC, so it takes time to really start to recruit and get players in the style that you want in this conference. Not more, spinning no good. There's a rebound, Jones again. That second effort will get her more playing time.
Yeah, she has had just the last 3 possessions down, just some killer second efforts, grabbing those offensive rebounds, keeping the play alive, and here, able to get to the free throw line, get her team a chance to put another 2 on the board before the end of this quarter.
First free throw good for Asia Jones.
One more shot.
Brother Isaiah played hoops at Detroit Mercy. Gets them both. Desiree Caldwell will check in, 24 in black for USC, and now some full court pressure from the Trojans.
Yeah, they just want to make sure you don't give up anything easy before the end of the quarter. Don't want to get any momentum for this Utah team.
Bean gets the shot off, but cannot connect, and that will do it for quarter number 1. Little surge at the end for the Trojans, and we've seen a lot of survivors here. It's always fun and kind of an emotional game, I think.
Yeah, it was really cool. They had survivors run out and get introduced like they were in the starting lineup for Utah. It was really, really a cool event.
Absolutely. So glad you could be with us for this one. A lot going on this weekend. These are important matchups. Out of the break, it's Gilton connecting. That's a good sign. They need to get her and somebody else to get going.
And that's a very dangerous 1-2 combination over there. You've got Huff on the block, and you've got Drew Gilton on the wing, and she can either toss it in there, or if you sag off her, she'll knock it down, and you kind of have to pick your poison.
USC is a scary, difficult team to scout. They have so many different options. There's one right there, and she has come to play. Mariah Moore, another hoop for her.
Well, they're so athletic, and they can run the floor so well, and every single one of them can shoot on any given night. So you never know who's going to get hot, and so you kind of have to just hope that the one you're guarding is not the one that knocks down the 3.
Mariah Moore is 4 for 4, 11 points for her as Huff takes the shot off the back of the rim, and USC's going to push. Pass off the mark for the trailing Jones, and Utah's going to look for their own opportunity. Nobody stopping her.
She just saw the opening and just took it right at him. All Utah was back in transition defense, and she just was able to just push it and able to beat the Trojans down the floor.
Got to give the senior Erica Bean a lot of credit for the development of her game. Aaron off the dribble, no good. Here's Moore looking to push. Erica Bean's worked so much on her game, and here she is again. Being aware of, if you're not guarding me, she came up with a career high against Stanford, and they beat the Stanford Cardinal here because she was able to stick some threes on them.
Well, and not just the role, they did, and just beating Arizona, the Washington schools, and picking up that big win with Stanford and Cal at home. What they're doing is they're winning the games at home. They're protecting their home floor, and the 2 that they've lost have been kind of up at the Oregon schools. That's a really tough place to play against 2 top 10 teams.
It absolutely is. Yeah, they got the win against Stanford prior to that trip, so they beat ranked Stanford at the time, but then they had to go face back-to-back ranked teams on the road, and very good teams in Oregon State.
Such is life in the Pac-12.
Exactly. USC and UCLA will be coming in Sunday, not ranked, but they play like ranked teams. They're teams that have been ranked, obviously, as Gilton out of the timeout, another dagger.
Well, and if they played in any other conference, they probably would still be ranked because they had a great non-conference schedule. They did not lose very many games, and then they come into Pac-12, and you're playing some really good teams. And so they're not necessarily as bad as maybe your record indicates. They're much better teams.
Mignon Moore right back at you with the 3, ties it back up. Yeah, they had only lost USC 1 game in non-conference, and that was to ranked Texas A&M. And then they went on an 0-5 skid in the Pac-12. Part of that, though, they had multiple injuries. Mignon Moore was injured. We mentioned that Aaliyah Mazik was out part of that time. 2 players were out to start conference play. Takes it inside.
Yeah, and they've just started to kind of put it all together. They had an amazing game against UCLA where just, shots started falling, and it's turned on from there. And again, they're in every game they're playing. It's just sometimes the other team gets the better of them at the very, very end.
Excellent read by Jatavia Tapley on the drive. Lost the defender and kept going. More as well.
That was a really nice take. She hit that gap between those two defenders so nicely and was able to just put the ball on the floor, control her body, able to get some nice English with that right hand.
Kiana Moore, the junior out of Fairfield, playing for her grandmother. She's a breast cancer survivor. The and one, though, opportunity for Kayla Overbeck.
You gotta love Kayla Overbeck. She does some great things. She's so physical and so dominant inside. She gives you some great energy as a post player, and I know she loves it when she gets that foul, that and one, gets the free throw line.
The transfer out of Vanderbilt just last year was granted immediate eligibility. They had a coaching change at the program, and so a big plus for Mark Track and USC as she's been eligible to play right off the bat. He said she reminds him of a lefty Kristen Simon. Kristen Simon graduating last year. She was the leading scorer and rebounder from a year ago. That's some pretty good praise.
That definitely is, but I can totally see that. She's aggressive, she's fearless, she takes it to the rack just strong and just puts her head down and just a physical presence down low.
Do just a little bit of everything and gets the three-point play. Edwards working it inside against Moore, can't get it.
That was some great defense by Moore, just moving her feet, staying straight out, and not fouling on the play.
Tapley's three, no good. Extra effort Overbeck.
Talk about a Kristen Simon play. That right there, she said, give me that rebound. I am getting 2 points out of this possession.
I'm with you on that. Absolutely. 3-point USC lead. Quick pass and the kick.
She's scoring threes. That was a field goal right there.
Pace has been fast. Substitutions coming in.
Yeah, she just takes the ball away from Torres on that play and could have gone to the line again with another three-point play. She is just having a fantastic string of possessions.
Going to get a much-deserved breather. Tapley will come out as well. Aaron tries to get out on Torres. Torres shot just not quite there yet on this one.
She does a nice job. All this, you talk about how USC has everyone that can shoot. Utah has a lot of versatility out their post player position too.
Quick passing and good spacing for USC. That time it's Asia Jones.
Asia Jones is having a solid game here tonight. She's done a great job offensive rebounding, getting some putbacks, and just now, nice job just being patient and taking her shots as they come.
Guarding a little physical play against Edwards, but Jones gets the board. You're right, she's on the back-to-back 10-point games as Mignon Mortis keeps on running, and Lynn Roberts has seen enough.
You got to get that timeout. You got the Energizer Bunny and Mignon Moore. You don't want her to get going and going and going.
A 9, that slow start to the season. And now they're trying to get back on track. As you said, have some injuries, have players out, and you finally get the pieces, you put it together. It takes a little bit of time.
Well, yeah, and there's no grace period or room for error. When you have big players, big contributors on your team, miss games, it's really hard to win against a team like Oregon.
Nia Becker drives it in, kicks it out, and Torres with the finish. Torres needed that one. She was struggling a little bit.
She did, and that is definitely a shot that she knocks down on a regular basis, so it's nice for her to get that first one to go in, kind of knock the lid off.
But Mariah Moore has an answer.
She has come to play tonight. She is doing on defensive end, offensive end. She is just scoring at will today.
14 points for Mariah Moore, above her average, and a takeaway. Mazik.
We talked about their defense. You cannot fall asleep or get lazy with those wing passes. They are too explosive. They're too quick. They will pick and have a pick two in a second before you can even blink your eye.
Aaliyah Mazik thrives on the steal and the takeaway, and she just had that one there.
It's a very efficient way to score points. If you're being logical.
Torres up and under. The reverse is good.
That three gave her a lot of confidence, able to put the ball on the floor. Nice little reverse layup.
When they line up both teams, Mazik way out behind the arc. That one just short, but both teams shooting lights out. 60% shooting for USC, 56 for the Utes as Gilton drives and she gets fouled.
This crowd is really into it. This is a fun game. A lot of back and forth. Sharing the basketball. You see Torres, Utah likes to do that pick and pop, but nice job moving without the basketball. And Drew Gilton's such a great passer, able to recognize that, hitting her for the backdoor cut.
Gilton to the line, already in double figures, 12 points for her, trying to add to it. She's also perfect, 4 for 4. Freshman gets the first. Robert said it's been such a plus to have her. It's as if she has 2 point guards on the floor with Erica Bean, and you don't always have that situation where they can sort of mix and match the 1 guard, the 2 guard spot.
Especially with the basketball IQ that both of them have. Both of them, they're very unselfish. They love to pass, but they can facilitate as well as take advantage of their shots when the offense provides.
Another offensive rebound for Asia Jones, and another chance for USC. I love the aggressiveness of the redshirt sophomore.
Yeah, she really is. Both teams have really come to play. You can just feel the intensity off of the court.
You get to that point where you start to know how many games are really left in the conference season and how important these games really are. Everybody can tell you that the first half's important, but you get to this point and you start to realize that tournament's right around the corner.
Right, and from USC's perspective too, they've got higher expectations than being 3-7 right now in Pac-12. That is not how they see themselves, and that's not how they're going to come out and play every day.
It's a very different team this year for Mark Track. I mean, graduated some key players. 3 key seniors, Jordan Adams, Sadie Edwards, and then Kristen Simon. Brought in some transfer players. Some have sat out. As we mentioned, though, Overbeck was able to play immediately. It takes time to build that chemistry. You throw a few injuries in there, and then you hit Pac-12 play. And it's a little hiccup, but they're potentially going to be able to put it together at the right time. There's Mazik, another takeaway.
And if there's any positive that can come from having an injury to a key player is that you have other people able to get good minutes and get some experience.
Dane, forearm on Mignon Moore. The crowd not happy with the whistle, but you just can't put that arm on the player with the ball.
Nope, you can't.
Hesitation, Mariah Moore. Guess who? Asia Jones with the putback.
She is like on a pogo stick. She's not up and down so quickly on those. She just has a nose for the ball coming off of that offensive rebound.
4 of her 5 boards are offensive boards. Good scrappy D by USC.
She really has made the difference in just the offensive production for this USC team. She's given them a lot of extra attempts at the basket.
Gilton again, 16 points.
That's a quiet 16. I know we've been talking about it. I think she's gotten a lot off of the free throw line, but again, she's gotten a ton of people involved as well.
Gilton almost lost her balance. Hawk could tell immediately that one was off. Good defense with the arm reached up by Asia Jones. Edwards will check back in. Under a minute left here in the first half of play, and what a good one. Thought it would be a good matchup. You just never know. Both teams can just send out a 4-2 play.
Well, and look at how high the scoring total is. These guys, if they keep it up, they're on pace to almost score 100, both of them.
Moore guarded by Gilton. Gilton hands up, out of bounds. It's going to stay with USC. Hey, don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. It's our State Farm halftime report coming up. Jack Ferris back in the studios. We'll talk some Oregon softball, the Kajikawa Classic. They got the win today over Kansas. Utah today a winner as well. And then number 3 Oregon, Cal. The preview, Ashley Adamson, Mary Murphy in studio. That's going to be a good one. Don't go anywhere. Some incredible matchups this weekend, and Mariah Moore is going to have to do exactly what she did in their next game as far as pregame meal, whatever it is, it's working for her. She sticks it. She's got 16.
Definitely is. She came out just on fire and has not let up.
Quarter back in. Utes are going to try to cut into this 8-point deficit. High screen from Huff. They can't get it to her. 4 on the shot clock. Puts it up, can't get it, battled around, and with 2.8 left in the half, it's going to go the other way.
And that's something that SC has really done a nice job of in this second quarter, is adjusting the way they're playing Huff. They're really putting pressure on the rest of the Utah team.
So it was 2.8 on the clock, and it was USC basketball, but the officials saying turn the shot clock off. They're going to put it back to 2.8 and 3 inbound. Mignon Moore at the half-court line and cannot get it. That is the end of the first half of play, and it was back and forth, multiple lead changes, but the finish here at half is USC position. That was a big focus coming into this one for Coach Track, as he had told us earlier today, and it still is the thing that really stands out to him. Both coaches want a little better defense. It's a high-scoring game. I guess you can see why.
It is. From a fan standpoint, it's really fun. It's a fun game to watch, but defensively, they're just not really keeping people in front of them, and it's a track meet out there. They're just running up and down the floor.
Already a quick hook for USC and a great start to quarter number 3, and now a takeaway.
And again, you've got Mariah Moore just in the mix on both of those possessions, scoring on the offensive end and helping to get a steal on the defensive end.
Good second effort there from Mazik. Leah Mazik with the putback.
And that was the big difference maker in the first half, was those putbacks. Everything else was kind of even. Both teams were running up and down the floor, scoring, getting steals. But it was the offensive rebounds by SC that gave them the lead.
And they still haven't had an answer for Drew Gilton, who has a new career high now, 18 points for her.
She did. Again, her basketball IQ so good. Her and Erica Bean do a nice job of just recognizing the openings and just getting to them and scoring layups.
Overbeck squaring up, can't get the shooter's touch. Rebound down to Huff, and Bean's going to lift the push.
Nice decision by Utah not to push it when it's not open.
Huff inside and one.
Sweet pass by Edwards. Nice job. You love it when your post player has that kind of vision. She sees her buddy just cut into the basket. Nice little bounce pass to Huff. Nice finish. You get to see that. She just has her back to her. She sees her moving the entire time. Able to just do that nice little drop in the middle of the paint. Pretty pass.
Great communication. Ray Edwards with the assist and the three-point play to Megan Huff. Not only did Lynn Roberts talk about defense, I'm sure, at half, but I have a feeling she talked about, hey, let's find Megan Huff a little bit more as well, our leading scorer. And they looked to her early.
Well, it's good to get her going to the basket. When she struggles, it's when she's relying too much on that three. Teams can key in on her, but when she's going to the basket, she's wide open. She's moving without the basketball. She's able to get some easy twos.
Mignon Moore penetrates in, tried to dump it down to Overbeck, and it's tipped out of bounds. Mariah Moore guarded by Gilton, in and out. That one won't fall. Edwards going to bring it up. Dribbles it off her foot, though. She felt the contact from Mazik.
That's a tough play for Brianna Edwards. She's got the ability, the ball handling ability as a post player to take it and push the ball, but she's got to slow down a little bit, understand you don't have the numbers, kick it out to the point guard.
Frustration for the Utes, not the way they wanted to start up this third quarter in an aggressive drive. Mariah Moore adding to her totals.
And there she is. She's just using her size against these smaller guards of Utah. Drew Gilton does a nice job of staying straight up, but she's just no match for Mariah Moore, who just puts her shoulder into her and is able to get that layup.
Moore takes one way and instead a travel called against her. A break for the Utes, because everything else is going pretty well for Mariah Moore.
That was a nice little fake. Just gets a little bit too many steps and needs to keep her feet still. Still a nice thought in transition.
Edwards guarded by Overbeck. Alexis Aaron with the task against Huff. Edwards left to right and the finish.
You've got to like how she's playing as a freshman. Yeah, she still makes, some freshman mistakes, just trying to do a little bit too much, but you'd rather have that than someone who plays timid.
Oh, my goodness. An and one opportunity for Mignon Moore. She's so quick and just flies her body in and draws the contact.
She is. You see Erica Bean just kind of taking a slight breather, trying to communicate defensively. Mignon Moore takes advantage and just goes right to the rack.
She's up to double digits now. 10 points for her, trying to add to it. Can't get it. Huff fighting for the board. That's Overbeck. Keeping it alive, and they'll say jump ball as Edwards was able to get her hands on it. But I love the hustle from Overbeck.
This has been a battle. You've got Overbeck for USC. You've got Trayana Edwards for Utah, scrapping right there with Huff. And then you've got the two just physical bodies inside. This has been a great matchup inside between Edwards and Overbeck.
It absolutely has. Zeke trying to take it away from Kiana Moore. Hand in the passing lane right to USC.
USC is deceptive. They've got such quick hands, and they tend to keep them down a little bit. So you've got a lot of court vision, but they're so quick. They pick the ball out of the air before you even know that, oh, that wasn't a good pass.
Caldwell on the drive, lays it in. I think she was one of the only ones that hadn't scored yet for USC.
She was.
Check that one off now. Desi Caldwell, the freshman. Sister to Rasay at Cal. Huff inside, draws extra help defensively, and a jump ball. That's Overbeck getting the hands on it.
It is. It was a nice two-man game for a little while there between Huff and Gilton, but USC doing a nice job of just bringing that extra person over to help, doubling Huff, getting the turnover.
Both coaches going to their benches, bringing some fresh legs, and this pace has been a fast pace.
Definitely has. Everyone's being real aggressive and just running in transition. You need some bodies out there.
Mazik, the hop and the finish, and a potential and one.
Gotta love that. Mignon Moore super fired up for her teammate. Leah Mazik acts like, oh, I've been here before. Look at Mignon Moore jumping over there, super fired up.
Well, you said it earlier, it's a team that believed they were better than their record. And it's just been some obstacles along the way, but they're slowly putting it together. As a whistle goes against USC, it's going to go the other direction.
Well, and it's a testament to their character and their toughness that they didn't just roll over and die. Yes, they've had some adversity, they've had some injuries, but it didn't stop them. They keep plugging away, and they're not going to go away easily.
Foul against USC. Torres was trying to find an opening. It goes against Shalexis Aaron. Huff kicking down, partially tipped into the hands of Mazik.
You think maybe they're going to get her some, plays where they're rolling her to the basket. She's struggling a little bit from the outside. USC is very fast and has really long arms. They can get out there on her three-point shot.
Mignon Moore keeping the smile on her face. It's going to go the other way. The foul against her.
Looked like Brenda Pantoja doing a little, like behind the back kind of curvy motion, carrying the ball a little bit.
Porter, she's checked in. Out to Torres, overcompensating on that one. And a long rebound down to Moore. Crossover up the middle, and the reach in by Huff.
You can tell USC and Mark Track talked a lot about help defense at halftime. They're just really closing down those lanes. Utah has like one dribble max. The lane collapses and they've got to kick it out. And they're doing a nice job of getting back out on the shooters. So they're not really giving up anything. They're not giving the layup, but they're not giving up the three-point shot either.
Free throw off the mark for Mignon Moore. Over 1,000 career points recently scored for her in her career, and she gets the second.
Fans trying to be loud to distract her, not trying to keep her from making that free throw.
Gilton, switch D, Huff was there, and cannot get it to fall, tries to stay with it. and they'll say it's going to go the other direction.
I am just really impressed. Every time I see Drew Gilton and her passing ability, it is just fantastic.
Timeout here.
Those things probably were.
I'm guessing that's why they're both so darn good.
Yeah. Yep.
They challenge each other very well.
What's that phrase? Iron sharpens iron?
Yes. Mignana Jr., Mariah, the senior, the transfer out of Louisville. See if the Utes have some answers to try to slow them down a bit. Offensive rebounding has just been completely in favor of USC, and they turn them into points. That's been a big difference for me in this game.
It has, and I think also the way the defense has been playing Megan Huff. Utah just can't get any momentum for her going on. She's such a big part of their scoring production. It makes a difference when she's not scoring the way she's used to scoring.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point. The help D, the rotation for USC has been spot on. They know exactly where Megan Huff is. Try to work it inside. The Trojans do to Asia Jones. Too much on it. It's going to go the other way.
Well, and to USC's credit, Megan Huff got a couple of shots off early and made them pay when they were sagging off. And they must have talked about it even before halftime. They talked about it probably at a timeout or something because they made the adjustment and she hasn't been on a roll. She's been struggling kind of ever since.
Moore wanted the bucket, blocked by Jones, the cleanup by Huff, and they needed it. They had been on a scoring drought for over 3 minutes.
She does, and that is where she's going to need to get her points. She's going to need to get them in the paint. She's going to need to get them off rebounds because USC is just keying in way too much on her. But off of a rebound, they can't. She has the ability to use her athleticism, use her jumping ability, and just go get those rebounds and get some putbacks.
Utes trying to put a little run together. Torres out on the break, cannot finish, but a nice look and a good idea. That last second chance effort by Utah, their first second chance point of the game, hard to believe as the shot from Aaron is no good.
Well, and they would have had another chance out off of Torres' shot, but none of them ran with her. I think that is probably something that they would like to have back on that last possession as well.
Kiana Moore with the 3-ball.
She's been a little bit quiet tonight, too. It'll be good. It's good that she's getting back to this game. She's a definite three-point threat, and they need her to not only get back in this game, but to take the lead.
And the Utes getting his crowd involved as well and getting it back under double digits. Kick out. Aaron. Line drive no good. Tipped out of bounds. It's going to stay with USC. And Lynn Roberts is livid.
When you see nice block by Asia Jones, but great job of Huff just staying with it and then recognizing the double team, kicks it out to Kiana Moore, who's just lights out from three.
I'm with you. She's been fairly quiet in this one, Moore has, with 5 points. Kiana Moore, that is. And there's a big dagger with the three. Aaliyah Mazik. When you need those seniors, you need the leaders. We talked about this time of year. You lean on them. She's so confident.
She is. It's funny because we're at Utah. It got super quiet when she made the three. She was the only one, her and her teammates, cheering down the floor.
Huff couldn't get the shot to fall. Rebound to Overbeck. You can see a little frustration as Huff tried to get the O-board on that one. Frustrated knowing she was right there and it would not fall. Back up to a 12-point USC lead.
USC's been in zone these last two possessions. Sorry, Utah's been in zone.
Mazik, that one won't go. Rebound to the Utes. Bean looks to push. Hangs on to Aaron.
And again, doing what she does best. She pushes in transition, but it's not the head down, take it to the basket type of transition. She reads and she kind of just takes what the defense gives you. If you're going to take her away, she'll kick it out. But if you're not, she'll take it all the way to the layup.
Pretty good last-second effort by Shalexis Aaron on the defense, but being able to hang on to the ball and put it in. 9 points for Bean, 4 of 4 shooting. With a minute left here in the third quarter, it's a 10-point USC lead. Took off the hand, shot clock violation, and so a good defensive sequence for the Utes.
Good defense. You see Erica Bean coming down, get to see what she does. She looks it off, able to get a nice 2 points before the end of the quarter.
Utes are bringing it up. 10-point USC lead. Edwards trying to find Tough, a reach-in foul. It's going to be called against the Trojans.
It's tough. The minute Megan Huff puts the ball on the floor, she is being surrounded by 3 black jerseys. She needs to maybe just pivot first, see where the double team is coming from before putting it on the floor so she doesn't get the turnover.
Huff, no hesitation. Knew she was off, though. Follows her shot. There's a whistle and a foul. It's going to go against the Utes. And that's Megan Huff.
Yeah, she knew it was off, and she was just trying to get that rebound and, you know, trying to do so much for her team to win and wound up going over the back.
First personal for Megan Huff. USC going to try to extend this back out. 3 seconds in the lane. Call on Overbeck. Kayla Overbeck with the turnover.
That's tough. She was just fighting to get position. It took a little while for them to pass it inside to her, and then, you know, she didn't have enough time. If she had gone straight up with it, she would have been fine, but she kicked it back out. Too many seconds.
Zeke guarding Bean. Pass, not quite there for Bean. Somehow hangs on, skips it out to Kiana Moore, and the three is good. Clock winding down, and at the last second, a foul is going to be called against Utah as USC got out running.
That was just a great job of Utah just staying with that play. Erica Bean.
Mariah Moore, senior, 78% free thrower. And the first free throw is good.
And this is where your senior leadership, it makes a huge difference for USC. When you're on the road in a tough environment, this crowd is letting them have it. They are very loud, very vocal, and it's not really fazing the USC Trojans.
No, it absolutely isn't. Ice in the veins of Mariah Moore, both free throws good. And that's going to do it for quarter number 3. Utah trying to get out, trying to cut into the deficit. Lynn Roberts got to regroup here in the fourth quarter. See if the Utes have something to say about that. But so far, Maylana, I think USC, they've come out, they've been aggressive. And I do think that the experience of this team is really starting to pay off.
Well, and a couple of things. They've been aggressive since jump ball. They came out just ready to play. And the other thing is, Utah is not that sleeper team anymore that can kind of sneak up on people.
Yeah.
People know they're good. They beat Stanford. They got that upset. They have been playing teams, either they're beating them or they're playing them really, really close. And so you've got to know that USC has this game in their sights, circled on their schedule. They're ready to go.
Yeah, that's a very good point. As much as Lynn Roberts would probably like her team to still be that underdog, they really can't be any longer. And as you said, you get into the second half of play, and teams have seen you now.
Right. I always think of the second half of conference play as like playing family. Your family knows your strengths and your weaknesses, and they're not gonna pull any punches, and they're gonna go right at your weaknesses.
Utes would like to see Kiana Moore get going. How about a couple of threes now for her?
It's nice to see her step up. Earlier in the game, it wasn't that she was missing, she just wasn't shooting any.
Yeah.
They've been doing a good job of getting her involved these last few possessions, and it's really paid off.
3 for 3 behind the arc for Kiana Moore, and she pulls the Utes back within 6. Mazik, she can hit it out there. That one off the mark. Gilton's going to push. Moore's out running. Bean. Inside to Edwards. The reverse up and in.
And that's where the fearlessness of Edwards, you've got to love that. You got Drew Gilton doing a nice little lefty.
UCLA Bruins, you and I will be there, Maylana. Going to be a good one. 11 Pacific, noon Mountain Time. Join us. That's going to be a good one as well. They are in a juggernaut in Boulder tonight against the Buffs. Buffs have yet to win a conference game, but you just know it's a matter of time. Not easy places to travel. I think both USC and UCLA would say this is a tough road trip.
I would say everybody in the conference probably would say this is a tough road trip. And you've got other tough road trips too. You've got, the Washington schools are tough. and you've got to travel between the Arizona schools too. But this one is tough just because it's colder. You're not usually used to the snow, and you know the air's a little bit drier. You got the altitude to deal with. So this is a very tough road trip.
Coming into Salt Lake City, you've got a Utah team that's been playing very well. So whistling a foul is going to go against Aaliyah Mazik.
I know we keep talking about USC being tough and with those seniors and not being just someone that's going to roll over and die, but we're talking about the number 17 team in the country right now in the Utah Utes. They're not going to just go away easily. This is their home floor. They're playing with pride, and anything can go. We've still got almost 8 minutes left in this fourth quarter. The momentum is kind of going back in their direction. We'll see what they do with it.
Moore, top of the key, in and out. That would have been a big one. And the rebound down to USC, and out running is Aaliyah Mazik. Right at Gilton, can't get the shot to go, and the Utes come down with it.
It's amazing how Gilton came down with that basketball. You had 3 people up in the air, above the rim almost, and Gilton, who's down low, winds up coming up with it.
She's just hanging out. Kiana Moore tries to drive it in. No foul. They play on. And in on Moore at the other end. Blocked by Bean. Gilton running the other direction. Lefty layup is good.
Nice possession, both offensively and defensively by Utah on those 2 plays. Great defensive play by Erica Bean. Does a nice job not picking up the foul and then grabbing the ball and kicking it up to Drew Gilton for the layup. Lynn Roberts has to be happy with that series.
New career high for Gilton. Boy, the shot just not going to fall for Jatavia Tapley. She's been fairly quiet tonight. She has just 4 points. Edwards, guarded by Jones, and we are tied.
Edwards just too strong for Jones on that possession. She does a nice job of doing that little bump and spin. We used to call it the Shaq move, where you take one dribble over one shoulder and then you drop step to the other way. That's a perfect move for someone with size like Edwards. She just does a nice job against Asia Jones on that play.
High to low post, and a much-needed bucket. Asia Jones connects. She's in double digits now.
That's where Asia Jones has the advantage. She can step out, a little bit more versatile, hits that nice little short corner jumper.
That ties a career high for Asia Jones at 10, and there's a turnover by Utah.
Nice hands by Tapley on that play. She may not be doing a whole lot offensively, but she's doing some nice things defensively, kind of getting in the passing lane, taking away those looks for Utah.
Mazik, high post, had to kick it back out. Tapley thought about it, drives it in, it's knocked out of bounds, but they'll say a foul against Drew Edwards. Time now for our State Farm Here to Help Life Go Right highlight. Erica Bean threading the needle of Drew Gilton.
That was nice. And even that defensive play that led to that, nice job just staying with it and just seeing her buddy Drew Gilton running the floor, kicks it up for a nice, easy layup. They made it look easy, didn't they?
They did. And the thing about it, it wasn't flashy. It was a long pass. And for her to not overextend it or pass it out too far in front of Gilton, just a bounce pass sometimes is all you need to make the highlights. First free throw off the mark for Tapley. Second, though, is good, and it's USC up by 3.
Bean and Gilton together show just so much poise at that guard position, and they're just so fundamental. It's really fun to watch the 2 of them.
Jones, great defensive positioning. Pass behind her back to Mignon. Moore was Mazik, and Moore ends up with it. Jones, guarded by Torres. Shot is short. Wanted the foul, not going to get it.
Nice job by Torres, not giving up any ground, not letting Asia Jones back her down, just staying straight up. Makes a tough shot, able to grab the rebound.
Bean on the left this time, swatted out of there by Jones. Tipped around, great hustle by Gilton to the court. Utes might have numbers, shot clock doesn't change. It's tipped around again, shot clock at 5. And multiple bodies to the court, they'll say jump ball. It's gonna stay with Utah. And wow, that was a pretty crazy sequence as
defense gives you. If the defense is up on you, she does a nice job of driving to the basket, making layups. When they sag off of her or they double huff down low, she does a great job of knocking down the 3.
An inbound play out of the break. There was the scrum on the floor, the jump ball. The shot clock was at 3, and so Utah trying the inbound play to Huff, and she couldn't get the shot to go, but they're going to put 1 back on the shot clock. It's the old 1-second inbound drill.
You almost got to just throw a lob up there, but Asia Jones is athletic enough to and has long enough arms to jump with Huff. We'll see what they do.
USC, very athletic. Asia Jones guarding Huff.
See that? Huff going up with it, almost has another shot at it. But Asia Jones getting a hand in there.
It's a good job by Jones, not fouling, getting her hands between the hands of Huff to tip it out.
You see Mignon Moore doing the same thing. No, I'm not fouling, I'm just standing here.
They'll keep the shot clock at 1 for the Utes. Gets it. They're working out the Torres. Oh, they're going to wave it off. They'll say shot clock violation, and this crowd not happy. 1 second. You got to rise it back up. Brenda Pantoja says.
Yeah, so she said the clock didn't start properly, and so because of that, they timed it with the amount of time that it would have taken to release from Torres' hand. Successful 3.
You know, and it's kind of what you were saying. If the one wasn't, you didn't have the point 2 or the whatever, you know, the half seconds. Interesting. Nice job by our officiating crew to make the change. And now USC, though, working it inside. Asia Jones, new career high for her.
This game has been full of highlight passes. Did you see that no-look kind of behind-the-back pass by Aliyah Mazik? And credit Asia Jones for just finishing the shot on that play. But this has been just really fun basketball to watch on both ends.
It has been for certain. So 12 points for Jones, new career high. The miss for the Utes, and now the USC Trojans making the push. Mazik can't get it. Second effort, but on the end line was Tapley. Wow, that one was all but in.
Yeah, and that's, again, they've done such a great job on that last possession and in general of just sharing the basketball. You see it right here, Mazik, just nice little dump pass down low, sees her teammate flashing on the baseline, and then the next play down, it looked almost like a 3-man weave in transition, the warm-up drills that we did.
Some great passers in this conference, aren't there? There's a bunch of them on the court for these two teams. 3.5 minutes left in the game. 2-point USC lead. Kiana Moore off the front of the rim.
And that's the shot you want. You want Kiana Moore with a 3-pointer up at the top of the key.
High post, Tapley, nobody picking her up. They're giving her that one. Mariah Moore trying to get some space. Good movement without the basketball. And one.
How about that spin move? She almost spun out of her headband. That was so fast. Takes one dribble, sees Drew Gilton there and just leaves her. Spins back to the middle, able to get the layup in the middle of the floor. But look at this one more time. It was so fast. The help was right there and couldn't even get it.
Wow, 5th personal on Kiana Moore. So she has to take a seat. Sarah Porter back in for the Utes, and Mazik going for the 3-point play. The speed of the spin move, but yet Mazik, the body control and composure to finish the lay-in. She cannot get the free throw, but a foul over the back going to go against USC. That hurts the Utes, though, with Kiana Moore out with that 5th personal.
It really does, because if the game is close, that is their 3-point shooter. That would be someone that they would be running plays for, last-second plays if they're within 3. That's who you want taking the shot at the end of the game, and she's on the bench with 5 fouls.
They do have Sarah Porter. She has come in, the grad student out of San Diego, transfer from UCSB. She's capable as well.
And don't forget Andrea Torres. She's not in right now, but she definitely can knock it down.
Shot from Porter, no good. Mark Track wants his team to push. 4-point lead with 2.5 left. Tapley.
Well, USC USC doing a nice job of being smart, milking the clock. They have the lead. They don't have to score quickly. Utah wants to get up and pressure. They don't pass the ball around and milk the entire shot clock.
Leah Mazik again in the lane. Wow. Drew Gilton blocked from behind. Just took the ponytail off on that one.
She did, and you know, with a little bit more control, that would have just been a block. But I guess she really definitely didn't want her to get the and one, didn't want to give up the shot and let her make the layup and then get the free throw. So.
Mignon Moore, the foul against her, but making sure that Drew Gilton was not going to make that layup, Marilana.
Definitely. If you're going to foul, I guess you got to make it count.
That's what they always tell you.
And she did a nice job of not hurting her, too. I think, you know, she went for the ball. She just made sure that there was not a chance that ball was going to go in the basket. First free throw good for Gilton.
21 points, new career high. Make it 22. 4-point lead, full court pressure from Utah.
And this is a good mix-up. You don't want them to just be able to bring up the ball with the floor. You want to force them into thinking a little bit quicker. You might get them to pick up, you know, maybe an unforced turnover, a bad pass, dribble off their foot, something.
Zeke thought about the three, drives it in, tries to lay it up. The rebound batted around, and Edwards ends up with it. Crossover on the left, takes it out, triggers it in. I don't know if it's what you always want to do, but they let Edwards go ahead, and she's able to finish.
It's one of those things, if it works, great. Your coach is not going to say anything. Now, if she had turned it over, coach is not going to be very happy.
It ended up being best play ever for Edwards. They go inside to Overbeck, and it's Mariah Moore keeping it alive. Another chance for USC. Oh, love their offensive rebounding effort.
See here, nice little crossover by Edwards. Does a nice job going up, finishing it in transition. Just exactly how I meant to do. And you got, again, USC just doing a great job of just keeping plays alive. And that's the one thing, being in that zone for Utah, it's hard to rebound out of a zone because you're not matched up with anybody. You're kind of have a space, and you've got to find someone to go get a body on.
15 on the shot clock, under a minute left in the ballgame. A 2-point USC lead. Mignon puts it out to Tackle. Drives it in and good.
Well, she's been quiet all game, but if you're going to score, that's the time to do it.
How confident is that play when you really haven't been that aggressive? Foul is going to go against USC, and Mazik saying, I was trying to get around.
Yeah, Mazik passing it around, doing a nice job of just taking what the defense gives them. Tapley just showing no fear on that play, taking it to the basket against a great shot blocker in Megan Huff.
7 points for Tapley. Drew Gilton's going to go to the free throw line. Foul against Mazik, her third. Gilton sticks the first one. Being on the sideline. She's got a cut on her finger. She's got the towel.
So they can bring it within 2. Look for them to press. They're going to talk it over.
Timeout called. Mark Track wants to set things up for this final 34-point. Well, it's that extra effort that's really made a difference for USC, and Asia Jones has been spectacular also.
She has, and just on the offensive rebounds, keeping plays alive. The same thing with Tapley, even though maybe that was like her first scoring effort, she's been doing a great job defensively on the boards. They've all just been kind of playing complete games and doing the little things that their coaches expect of them and ask of them every game.
Utah committing some personals. They were just sitting at now their 4th team foul. So they had some to give.
Hey, you got to get to that 5th foul so you can get to the free throw line and get the ball back.
And that one's going to go against Erica Bean.
Foul. Utes.
Put USC to the stripe. Mark Track says he really likes this group. They got good chemistry, good experience. He just wants their defense to become a little more consistent, but I think he's gotten some pretty good consistency in the defensive rotation tonight, as the first one's good for Mariah Moore.
Well, in the second half especially, they've done a nice job, of really keying in on Megan Huff and really kind of taking her out of this game. She's really had to work for the points that she has had, and it's taking her out of her rhythm a little bit. She hasn't been able to just get those wide open threes that she did at the beginning of the game.
Big miss on the second free throw.
A better seed in the Pac-12 tournament, because that really determines kind of how far you really can go and at what point you face that top 10 team.
That's right. The takeaway on the inbound. Mignon Moore, and the Utes got a foul. Gilton's going to get called for the personal. Tough break. You have the timeout, and you can see the frustration for Coach Lynn Roberts. Right there, you draw it up, and then the takeaway.
It's kind of an interesting decision, though, not to make the layup. She wanted to run the time off the clock, but there was a lot of time. So you think, okay, you wonder if she should have just gotten the easy two, because she would have had just a wide open layup. Now, I know if there's 9 seconds left, yes, if you can hope to run the clock out, but now there's still 24 seconds left. If she misses any of these free throws.
Yeah, I mean, she really was completely wide open by herself. Yeah, I'm with you. I understand.
You can go either way. I understand both thought process on there is, okay, I want to run out as many seconds as I can, but there's still a lot of time on the clock.
Mark Track with a big jump. That was a big first free throw made for Mignon Moore, and she gets them both. That last foul against Gilton, her fifth, so she is out of the ball game. And Nia Becker has checked in for the Utes. Big free throw.
That game is going to be one that both teams are going to be eager to play on that to finish up their season.
Utes have UCLA coming in on Sunday. We'll have that one for you. 12 noon start, Mountain Time. Becker can shoot the three. She comes in and does it.
That's a huge three. That is really, really tough to do. She's been sitting on the bench for a while, and to come in there, knock down a three in that situation with
she could possibly be warmed up for that.
That's just muscle memory right there. She's a shooter, so.
Bean with the takeaway. And a timeout, and this crowd loving it. USC on the inbound, turns it over.
And this is where you've got Erica Bean.
Student athletes. So Nia Becker's got the inbound with 13.8. Looking for Bean, gets it to her. Becker just hit a big three. Huff in the high post. Ended up being open. It's blocked by Moore, and then Becker commits the foul. And USC is fired up.
That's a tough shot. She didn't have enough time and enough space. You didn't have Aaliyah Mazik flying out at you this time. You had Jatavia Tapley or Mariah Moore, she's a lot longer, she's a lot taller. Mariah Moore is 6 feet tall. She's able to get out there on the shot of Nia Becker. Last time it was Leah Mazik, only 5'6", makes a big difference.
It absolutely does. And some contact puts Jatavia Tapley to the free throw line. The junior out of Jacksonville, Florida. Big free throw. Gets the first. I was surprised Megan Huff didn't take the shot. She ended up being open, and I think she didn't even realize it because she had been double teamed, and then they left her for just a split second. Hits them both. Tapley, big free throws. And that's a 4-point lead for USC and a big-time road win.
That was some ice water in the veins by Jatavia Tapley. Those free throws were bigger than huge. And for her to knock them down, put the